Alright, welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Last episode, we did our investigation, found out we opened the locks on like 3 people. We found out the amount of cahooting of this case. So we're gonna try to expose it all in the trial. So let's start. June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Nick. Yeah? Do you know that Von Karma's daughter's just only 18? Just like me? Yeah, why? I was just thinking how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself. She's so grown up. Yeah, I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master. I'm just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm just a suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You better be safe, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother's coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Nick? Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please. It's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show any weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? You really don't want to see through this. I'm alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's side. See you later then. I'll leave you two all alone time. Phew, thank goodness. Nick, this way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? You're not gonna like what we're gonna do first.
Court is now in session for the trial, Mr. Amaya Faye.
The fence is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face we transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me, and I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice. Miss Von Karma? Glad you see you're such good spirits today, Miss Faye. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Gah.
Now, a very interesting theory presented during yesterday's session.
The defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct?
Yes, and this key is proof of that. This key is the only key to the channeling chamber, which was not where it should have been.
Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
Alright, let's hear it.
The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What?
But Miss Von Karma, then how would you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant?
I never said that wasn't the defendant.
Then what is the meaning of this?
All I'm saying is that Maya Faye, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fay, to the stand. Just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She really seems torn by this. Witness. Name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay. I'm using the same voice. Name is Morgan Fay. I'm a spirit medium, matter of speaking.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a matter of speaking? Oh!
I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then.
Spirit severing technique?
A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world, that is...
Yes, that is...
You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya. She escaped from the room.
What?
And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber.
Order! 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 Miss Fay, please testify to the court what happened during that time.
Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. After we heard the gunshots, the two ghosts who broke the door and entered the chamber, I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. And then quite suddenly, she thrusted me away herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for sure. This was never part of... This is new. How come this is the first I've ever heard of it? I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She's simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix, right? Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind.
Now, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's gonna be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. She made this up. It's pretty much a lie. Hold it! Just now, you said those two. Who were those two people you were referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lada's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention you look awful. Jeez. Can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I have sent a repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh, thanks.
What did you do after that, Miss Fay?
I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Was this really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? There's a possibility of escape, and one of us should have stayed behind.
Yes, that's a very good point.
At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another...
Another what, madam?
Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. Fuck it. There's another reason you wanted the both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and the cameraman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself.
Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fay.
This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her, a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue.
During our investigation, you say you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie.
You mother...
But why would you lie something about that? It's very painful for me to say this, however.
Objection!
The witness was lying the cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? I'm questioning further on that. Why? So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes, it was later that I was informed of what had occurred, that the renegade mystic Maya had done something very unexpected.
Something unexpected? Wait, what? Pray tell, did... Ooh.
This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. You want to know what this unexpected thing was? There is always later.
Oh, yes, very well.
Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rocket in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue what happened. And quite suddenly, she thrusted me for away from the room and escaped from the room. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit such a thing. However, yes, you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Faye. Yeah.
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I sure would have, however. You fainted, became dizzy, and then collapsed on the floor.
How long were you unconscious?
I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps.
And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time?
Happy witness? Elaborate on that for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great, now what? I question further, of course. So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's the obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all?
Now if you mention it, I would have to wonder myself.
It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this, but the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve, and that's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness.
That's enough? From what I can tell, there's nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. But what she has said, we can establish that Maya Faye did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't gonna come back to bite us in the butt.
Now then, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Oh, yes. That is actually...
Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done, she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone.
Who was it?
The prosecutor calls Miss Eenie Miney, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eenie Miney? Think you could see where this is headed?
Cahooting! The cahooting! Cahooting!
Witness, name and occupation.
Okay, so my name is like Eenie Miney. I'm like researching like parapsychology stuff at the university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff.
Even though that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means.
Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself.
Yes, ma'am, sir.
Now then, Miss Miney. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct?
Well, it goes like this.
If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor?
Oh, yes, sir.
For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake.
Like, when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Like a little later, someone came into the room, like really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I was like, I hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy and like in a sad way. My sister, she like told me something like totally terrible.
Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey?
Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time.
Are you saying the spirit of this witness's sister?
Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Oh, well, this is...
Witness.
Like, yeah?
In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it.
Like, do I totally really have to? Like, really?
Of course.
Miss Miney, please.
My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was
No accident. Was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Eenie?
She took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said?
yes.
There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? This is not looking good.
I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far to use a medium to get revenge.
It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence testimonies point to this as the truth. The end.
What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all loose ends are accounted for.
This testimony just now. Is it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's a well-constructed, but that's all it is. Even the most well-spun lies can be undone. You can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is a room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind the murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts more foolish foolish drabble. I wonder if you can make one more entertaining than the last.
Like, when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room.
Was that because of your sesame allergy, was it?
Like, that's right. I like think there was totally sesame seeds in like in the lunch they served that day. I had this like premonition that it was going to be totally a seedy day.
Yes, indeed.
I see.
Am I the only one who here missed the boat here?
Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping?
Like a little lazy come in your room and like really suddenly.
You know the time?
Like maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think?
11 a.m.?
Yeah, like, my stomach is totally ready for, like, food.
No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now, but what time was it when someone came into your room?
Oh, so, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more clear about it.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay. Like, it's really...
That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence?
Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again?
Never mind. Witness, about this person who entered the side room.
It's like, oh my god, it's totally my sister.
Are you absolutely sure?
I guess?
You guess? Or was it not your sister who entered?
Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know what your sister at all, Mr. Smith.
First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I am an only child. More than that, she managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests.
Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, how did you feel when you saw Meanie Miney?
It was like, I hadn't seen her like so long. I was so happy and like sad away.
You were happy in a sad way.
Yeah, I mean, it was like my sister.
But wouldn't most people react with a surprise at seeing the dead loved one alive again?
But maybe if it was like someone who didn't know about like the occult, but like I don't know about the Korean channeling technique.
The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister.
Yeah, like what she said.
Should I drop this line of questioning?
No, we're gonna question further.
So you really didn't think it was strange of the whole encounter?
No, like there wasn't any reason for me to like think anything was strange.
But, ow!
Don't keep badgering her.
You know the phrase, objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright? This question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important?
Yes, it's important.
Is it really her sister? It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now to make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony.
Like, okay, like I'm totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all. Like her costume looked totally like normal.
So there was nothing to add about your sister's appearance?
Yeah, like nothing weird.
Mia's talking to herself like she found something wrong. That's impossible.
Like, is everything okay? Can I like go on? My sister, she's like totally something like totally terrible.
Something terrible? What was this thing she told you?
Huh? Like, didn't I just like tell you about it? Didn't you like forget about it already?
A foolish fool with that foolish seed for a brain who only speaks of foolishly with foolish words.
Well, excuse me, princess. Anyway, should I ask to hear her story again? No, we already got the gist of it. I did just hear the story. It's not like my memory is that bad. Actually, the defense is fine. Does not hear the story. Very well, may I continue your testimony, Miss Mine? I know there has to be something here I can use, but where? She really put a lot of effort into this lie, didn't she? Can't rush this. Let's take it slowly, one step at a time. She's bound to slip up somewhere. Don't give up, but remember, don't get careless, okay? Remember, calm and collected.
totally, like, normal.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What does that even mean? Normal, you say? If it was normal, it would have blood on it. That was a very well spun lie, Miss Eenie. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you what you said? You said that there is nothing strange about your sister's appearance.
Like, yeah, and...
Okay, I don't think that's what you're thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. Yeah. This is a picture of the sister you met. It would have blood. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared you before you like this. The blood spray. You said it was normal. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you really were testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat.
I didn't see blood.
Order! Order! Miss Miney, what is the meaning of this? Miss Miney.
I'm thinking, don't interrupt.
Oh no, she's becoming crazy. There we go. She's becoming crazy. What are you stammering about, Your Honor? That witness personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness.
Like, I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean to snap.
Now hurry up with the testimony.
If you please.
The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be.
Like, the side room was, like, kind of dark, you know? So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood is totally blended right in. I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber.
Yes, now I see, and you have given us a clear reason why you didn't notice the blood.
You think, like, thanks, Gramps.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness.
Dark? What do you mean the room was dark? It was bright the whole time.
The side room was, like, kind of dark.
Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. But even the outdoors, I mean. Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court.
Like, that's right.
Excuse me, how is my statement more subjective than Miss Miney's? You are such a hopeless cause. Witness, you may feel free to ignore this trite little man.
Like, okay.
Can't breathe. Let me out of here.
So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? Blood totally blended right in.
You didn't see the blood.
Like, yeah,
How would you not see the blood? This is the most useless testimony I've seen. But she must have had a gun with her at that time as well.
that's,
Are you going to tell me that you didn't notice the gun either?
I, like, totally didn't. At all, I was looking at, like, her face.
Continue. Is she...
And I, like, persuaded my sister it was, like, right to do something like that.
And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time?
Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think, like, she knew. She said she did something real bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Miss Morgan.
Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you?
Like, yeah. And then, like, took my sister to the channeling chamber.
Was it your sister calm by that time?
Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better.
I like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix. The sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready.
And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know?
Ask you one more thing, Miss Miney.
Like, sure.
Was there anything you found strange, unusual, just out of place?
Something out of place, huh? Like, what do you mean? When do you mean?
When you... When you were going to the crime scene? When I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course.
Like, no, nothing strange.
Wait, hold up a second. Hold up a second. Because I remember Pearly Faye said that she was playing with her ball and she was fixing the vase in the windy area. Did she not see her? I'm pressing harder on that. Think harder. I know you can remember something.
I, like, totally can't.
That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court.
Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important?
Yes, it's important. Did she see Pearly Faye? I asked because it's very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this.
Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony.
Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone, like, way to, like, the channeling chamber.
Try to remember that time.
Oh, like, I remember, like, I didn't see anyone on the way.
Okay. Alright, I know what to do. I guess this really is a dead end. Something you finally pull out of a witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. No good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in her statement, you'll end the trial, I know. To give it another shot. Doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. Yeah. She would have noticed that Pearly Faye would be repairing the broken urn that she broke the ball. Okay. I think I'm gonna present Pearly Faye. Objection! You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible.
Like, what do you mean?
I'd like to introduce someone to you. Miss Morgan Faye's daughter, Pearl Faye. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So what's about this child? It just so happens at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing at the center garden. The garden? Yep. Which means anyone would have, walking through there, would have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that?
No.
You should have said, like, how could you not notice Pearl Faye fixing an urn? As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Yes, we can all see that. We can obviously see that. She's dumb. Also, she was leading her sister at the time. You honestly think she would not notice a simple child playing? Preposterous. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish? There's no way someone walking on the windy way would not notice Pearly Faye. Take that! This urn is my proof. An old cracked pot? What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it, that's why.
She broke the urn? Yo!
Why? Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This urn was broken around the time the channeling started.
Ah,
And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting in the middle of the winding way.
what?
Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the winding way at that time. She was hard at work putting the piece of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see what you were walking, I had to carry you legally blind.
Yeah.
I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say.
What you need to watch is what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth.
About what?
About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that.
That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room.
Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? No way! Your lies end here.
What do you...
The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction here.
Contradiction? Where is this contradiction?
Help me, Mia! Help me, Mia, you fool. Alright. I think it's in her testimony, obviously. Early in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement.
And I like... Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know?
It's true at that time. Both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to the police. To call the police.
So, like, what does that, like, have anything to do with anything?
It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? That we were calling the police?
How?
I can see that Miss Faye was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way.
But look at the manor guide map. There one to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, and one will have to use the winding way.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor, which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, answer the question. Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix, right? You might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. Only person who could have killed Dr. Green was Eenie Miney. And now is the time to prove it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness that the murder took place?
I think it'd be pretty obvious there is space behind the folding screen. Take that! Miss Miney was here, of course.
What? But that's the channeling chamber.
Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime, obviously.
Order, order, order! That's why that is... Ugh.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. What if the what if she found herself a way to hide?
Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Simple. So Eenie Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime.
I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding?
Obviously behind here. Here, of course, because that's where the gunshot was.
Behind the folding screen. Oh,
Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday. Yes, where Maya was like in front of the folding left side of the folding screen. Yeah. Ain't no way anyone's hanging up behind that folding screen.
See, you stupid jerk?
Jeez, she's already mad.
Quit being so dependent on me, slime ball.
now, Miss Miney. One so young shouldn't be saying.
Shut it, Krabs, as if I know exactly how old I am.
I'm sorry.
Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along.
The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this.
I mean, the witness is hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. The clothing box. Yeah, because there's a bullet hole 8 inches off the ground. Miss Miney, how are you able to hide yourself? The very scene of crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box.
That tiny little box, no person can fit in that.
No. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Lotta heart can fit in that. Lotta disproved you when she was hiding from me. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. Oh, no. There's a hole there.
That's right, I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room that whole time.
Mr. Wright. Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime?
Yes, I can with some evidence. Because the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Obviously, because there was a hole in there. Take a look at this clothing box.
You're so stupid! As if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing.
This what on earth?
I don't have time for you to sit there, Sprat. Hurry up and say it already.
There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground.
A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height? That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen, then into the box. Yeah. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance to kill Dr. Gray.
Order, what do you say?
Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you seeing the person in this photo? Is Eenie Miney? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Miney, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. Let me see this. Hold on, no. Hold on, let me see. She have the eyes. Wristbands are the same. Yeah, I don't see anything like out of place. It looks exactly like Eenie Miney. You wore a medium's costume masquerade Maya Fey.
Masquerade as Maya Fey.
She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client.
No, stop!
I can't stand to listen any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix, then I have a proposition. This whole idea was the witness moving the clothing box to the crime scene, pretending to be the defendant killed the victim and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person. It is correct. It is possible. I'm sure it's possible if you were to try. Ow! I don't want to hear if. If you're gonna give me if, then give me some proof along with it. Where did Enima get the costume then? How about the wig? I wasn't talking about that exact point. I meant people, humans, if you want to do something bad enough, then.
As an upbeat simple proposing person commit this crime, did you up the Lord back of his or her?
Yeah, it's your duty.
If you can't do that, then your proposal falls flat.
Yeah, it totally falls flat.
Why would you have to hurt me so? It's alright, Phoenix. Huh? It isn't possible for one murdered person to commit this crime, but... That's right! It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! Need I remind you of the foolish receive no mercy? Wait! Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? You can't be serious. Yes. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice. Obviously. Cahooters! Cahooters!
Grr! This person!
If it wasn't someone from the Korean village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. If it wasn't for someone from the Faye household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Faye.
Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier?
What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney?
Grr! Grr!
You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, and she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid like Clyde inside the clothing box. She did that so he could take Maya's place to frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Gray used his gun.
Unexpected?
Yes. Bang. He was still alive. Dr. Gray was not actually yet dead. The last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer took the gun from Dr. Gray and... bang.
After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room?
Yes, a gunshot was certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear, which is why upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood, and pretended to be Maya Fey with that photo, but that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. This is probably where Morgan Fay chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry before there are more victims here.
What is one supposed to say?
This is the real truth behind this murder. What does Morgan Fay have to say, though? That's the question.
Huh.
Ha 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 ha. Who is that laughing at a time like this?
Oh, simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still, by chance, evolving? What is it this time?
Miss Von Karma, surely.
Of course it was me. Do you really think Von Karma Blood would lose to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, then why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one of the put on this whole act. What reason should she have to do such foolish things? Yeah, well, that's,
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was going to say. You piece of...
Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Mighty want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her... The obvious motive is that Dr. Gray drugged the sister. Car crash.
Yeah, that's what I exactly wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive.
A motive? I can't say she has no motive. Think of a motive. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason wanting Dr. Gray is this. It's the fucking car accident. Your sister died, of course.
Ha! Just as I thought, you born with your silly answers, Phoenix, right?
Just great. Now even she's calling me by my phone.
Think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death?
Yes. But through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself.
Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want me to say I want to take revenge based on nothing?
What do you mean by that?
See now, you stupid Gramps. I'm going to explain, so please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. And since, if wanted revenge, then I would have waited this long. And besides, the guy that thought up the spirit thing was Dr. Gray. It was a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know?
She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see... Ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix, right? You failed to support your own theory. The end. No, this case is not over!
I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated. She has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have the truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point.
So many faults, Mr. Phoenix, right? You should really learn your place. What happened? I thought I had her for sure.
Hee see, it's just as I, told you. I hope you like your slice of humble pie, bitch.
Well, now I conclude that the cross-examination of Miss Eenie Mighty.
Hold it! Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute.
Alright?
You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does seem like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. It's also the reason he had no choice but to kill him in this fashion.
Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why she killed the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason?
Can I? Can I really do this? Yes, I can. I'm not only confident, but I know what to press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show you substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive.
Too bad, you're too late. My cross-examination has already ended.
After all, this is not how this works. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? You're supposed to be on my side, you stupid bitch!
This is not how this game works. A Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me. I will throw you out of my way.
No way!
Very well, the court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene.
Hey, wait a second here!
Sorry, bitch. Your plan has failed. But we have to do this part of the next episode. So, yeah. Next time on Phoenix Wright is Ace Attorney Justice for All. We're going to be continuing on, probably, hopefully, the final part of this trial, finally. Jesus. I guess I'll see you guys all next time.